Yes, Namaste and good afternoon to everyone. I, Dr. Sangeeta Lakshmi, take it my privilege to be the moderator for the National Naturopathy Day 2020 celebrations, which is hosted by the Yenepoya Naturopathy and Yoga Hospital, a new dream child of Yenepoya, deemed to be university. The third National Naturopathy Day is being observed today, the 18th of November, throughout India under the theme Nurturing Vitality through Naturopathy. As a part of this, we have organized a national symposium on an online platform. To begin with the national symposium, we have with us the first speaker, Dr. Cijith Sridhar, who is here to enlighten us with the topic Naturopathy Yoga, a stand-alone medicine. Dr. Cijith completed his BNYS in the year 2007 and he is also an internationally qualified NLP practitioner. He has published research papers in the index journals, presented papers in conferences, and also he is an eminent speaker. He has a work experience in the National Institute of Naturopathy, Pune, and the Amrita School of Ayurveda. He is currently working as a Chief Medical Officer at Prakriti Shakti, a clinic of natural medicine since 2007. Over to you, sir. Enlighten us with your topic Naturopathy and Yoga, a stand-alone medicine system.
Thank you, Dr. Sangeeta. And it's my privilege to talk to all of you. And first of all, I thank Dr. Naveen Halapa for inviting me to be part of this symposium. So we have really very limited time to speak on this topic, but why this topic is important while we celebrate a third National Naturopathy Day. So in my interaction with a lot of doctors in other medical systems, usually they come with a question: what is the difference between naturopathy and other holistic system of medicine? If you look into the history of the why and how the naturopathy is developed as a system of medicine in India, we can see that it started long ago. There was a tradition of practicing naturopathy or natural remedies in India since ages. But it developed as a medical system after starting the colleges in Hyderabad and then after in Karnataka. But if you look into the government records, that why naturopathy and yoga is considered as a standalone medical system is based on a recommendation by ICMR. When there are a lot of applications by different systems of healing to consider and recognize them a healing system, the government appointed a committee which they came with a suggestion that the present Ayush system of medicine, since along with modern medicine or allopathy, we call as allopathy, can be only considered as a system, medical system, standalone medical system, among which yoga and naturopathy was one. But still, people have a lot of confusions. What is the difference between yoga and naturopathy with other systems? For example, Ayurveda. If we look into the philosophies and practices, a naturopathy doctor or physician educate people about the importance of having a healthy diet, doing yoga or other form of exercises, having a good sleep, and the interacting with the natural environment to keep themselves healthy. But the people usually ask, this is everyone saying, every system of medicine, every doctor say this. What is the difference between naturopathy in that? Yes, there is a difference. It's right that every doctor or every health practitioner says that having a healthy food, having a good exercise, a good pattern of rest, and sunlight and everything is important in managing your health. But once you get disease, what you should do? And there the difference stands. Every system of medicine, based on their philosophies, practices, and the methodology they use, tell to the patient that Yes, we agree that a good food, good exercise, and so on thing is important. But if you want to heal yourself, if you want to get rid of the disease you have, that is not enough. You should have a medicine. The medicine can be a drug component, of an inorganic component, or a herbal component, whatever it may be. You have to have it along with the good lifestyle practices to heal yourself, where the naturopathy differs. Naturopathy firmly believes, practices, preaches, and proved that if a wrong lifestyle, which includes their diet habits, exercise, and everything, is the one which help you to maintain health, and deviation from that is the one which leads to disease. And the only method to bring back health to you is come back to the healthy lifestyle. So if you look into what is disease, we say disease, we know thousands and thousand type of diseases which is named in different ways, but basically diseases are simply means we are not feeling well, we are not at ease. And why this disease happens? This disease happens basically because of a disorder in you. There may be some systematic disorder which manifests as a disease in you. When there is a disorder in the glucose metabolism, it may manifest as a diabetes. When there is a disorder in your blood flow, it may manifest as a hypertension. If there is a disorder in your respiration, it may manifest as asthma. So diseases, whatever its name may be, is basically because of a disorder. And why this disorder happens? This disorder happens because of an imbalance. Imbalance in what? Again, coming back to the same thing, the imbalance in your lifestyle. So in this case, what to be treated? Is a disease to be treated, or the diseases, disorders to be corrected, or the lifestyle should be come back to balance? What is required? If we treat the diseases but without understanding the disorder, we fails there. You may symptomatically relieved from the disease we suffering, but the disorder remains there, which will manifest as another diseases. And we call it as comorbidities. But if we change the disease, if you understand what is the disorder and we understand what is the impeding cause and the underlying cause of that which leads to disorder, there the role of naturopathy comes. Basically, the medical system of naturopathy works on two important basic principles. There are two more which we don't have enough time to explain everything, which we'll see the one of the two basic things which the naturopathy says. One, the body heals itself when a chance is given. What does that mean? What does that mean? The body can heal itself when a chance is given. Usually, the naturopathy concepts and the method of naturopathy treatments, everyone agrees that that is beneficial for non-communicable diseases. So let's take an example of a communicable diseases. For example, the modern threat, which is COVID. When you look into the management of COVID, we say that the entire system is still helpless. We don't know how to manage it in a medical way. But as COVID is a communicable disease, as we doctors, we learned in our basic medical curriculum as part of the social and preventive medicine, we learned about the triad of disease. If any disease to happen, for example, like for example, in a communicable disease, three points have to come together. Three factors has to come together: the agent, the environment, and the host. Only when these three come together, a disease happens. In relation with COVID, the agent, we know the COVID virus, and we are completely almost helpless in managing the COVID-19 virus, other than sanitization or washing the hand with alcohol or soap. We don't have a medicine or a vaccine to fight against the COVID-19 virus. So we are trying to alter the environment to make it not favorable for the growth of COVID in form of social distancing or wearing a mask. But we completely neglect the host factor, which is equally important and easily manageable in case of any communicable diseases. There, the importance of naturopathy comes. Naturopathy, it is one of the basic principles say soil is important, not the seed. And now it is very proven that more than a 95% of the recovery rate, it is very clearly proven that seed is not important, soil is important. If your soil, the body is not favorable for the growth of the seed, which is a COVID-19 virus, you don't have to worry about it. And how we can make the soil is not fertile for the growth of a harmful seed. That's what naturopathy says. Again, come to the COVID, we know that it's actually not a virus kills, but the cytokine storms, the increased hyper-inflammatory response of the body to the virus, which actually kills. And then if we apply the naturopathy principle to that, having a healthy food, which is very important in determining the amount of inflammation in your body. Having a good sleep, we know that the amount of natural killer cells drop by 70% if your sleep is less than 5 hours at a night, is very important to fight back against infection. If you have good exercise, which are helpful for the blood and lymph flow correct, your immunity can be more active. Why we forget these basic principles of health? Why we are not looking in strengthening the host? We say body can heal itself when a chance is given. Chance is nothing but supporting the basic need of the body. And the naturopathy defines health as is not getting disease, but it is the ability of the body to come back to normal by itself. Here, again, coming back to the COVID, we understood that if you are healthy, the body can come back to normal by itself, because more than 70% of the people are able to fight back and come back if they provide a right opportunity. We know that many young people died. Why? It's not the age which is factor, with how much inflammation there in body. Are they supporting the disease or supporting the health is a basic factor. So the basic difference between naturopathy and any other system of medicine is that body can heal itself when a chance is given. Chance is not bombarding the medicine with your body with medicines, but leave it alone. Support the body's healing abilities. And second, most important principle which make the naturopathy system as a unique system is the concept known as unity of disease and unity of cure. When I say this to my fellow doctors in other system of medicine, they usually laugh. What does that mean? Unity of disease and unity of cure? Is actually that there is only one disease? Yes, that is the perfect meaning of that sentence, unity of disease and unity of cure, which may difficult to understand when we put in way, but let it make it more easy. Any disease is a broken biochemistry of a cell. Irrespective of what disease it is, every disease starts as a broken biochemistry for a set of cells. And the biochemistry of the cell is decided by the nutritional, hormonal, environmental inputs. When these inputs are not in balance, which affects the functioning of a normal cell, of a group of cells, and the weakest organ in your body, which might be genetically decided or by the nature of the inputs, the disease will manifest in the weakest organ. And healing is nothing but providing a right opportunity for the broken biochemistry to be repaired. The unity of disease and unity of cure is repairing the biochemistry of the cell. To understand that, we know that if we have a food which is something like a Maillard reaction food, which is of AGEs, what happens? It goes inside the cell. It activates a PPAR. It's maybe a bit technical terminologies for a normal people, but a medical person can understand what is that, which alter the gene expression. When the PPAR is activated and the gene expression is altered, it leads to production of protein which is not correctly folded, which leads to misfolding of protein and increased ROS. Let it be any disease. It is basically an inflammatory reaction. It is basically a ROS reaction or a protein misfolded, which will manifest as a disease. And we are aware, everyone know about diabetes. We consider, as a normal person, mostly consider diabetes as a increased glucose in the blood. Is it that actually? No. It is actually diabetes. The increased glucose in the blood is basically no diabetes. It is a symptom of diabetes. Where the problem start? I'm speaking about type 2 diabetes, where it is basically because of an insulin resistance. Where the body is not able to use the insulin which is there, so that the glucose cannot get into the cell, which remains in the blood, and we identify it as a diabetic. And what causes this insulin resistance? This insulin resistance is basically because of inflammation. So what we should be treated? If we treat the glucose in the blood, the same insulin resistance can be manifested as Alzheimer's. Now, you know the Alzheimer's is called as type 3 diabetes because it is the insulin resistance affect your brain cells. Or in young women, the same insulin resistance can be PCODs. So what to be treated? Is it to be treated the diabetes, Alzheimer's, or the PCOD, or the insulin resistance, or the inflammation which goes to the insulin resistance, which is put very beautifully as unity of disease and unity of cure. The naturopathy may become different from any other system of medicine is basically by these two concepts: unity of disease and unity of cure, and body can heal itself when chances are given. And the third concept, which is again important, treat the whole person. We say it is not the disease to be treated, but the body has to be helped in getting rid of the disease. By taking a medicine, we are not actually treating the body, you are treating the disease. Where the symptoms is suppressed, it is applicable to any, like for example, if I have indigestion, we say ginger is good for indigestion. If you have indigestion, take a ginger decoction, it will help you for removing your indigestion. Yes, that is right. But the question still remains there: why you got indigestion? Is this indigestion is because you didn't have a ginger? No, you had an indigestion because you had a wrong food, or the body is not able to produce enough enzymes to help for digestion. By taking a ginger, you're suppressing or you're misreading the communication from the body, which is never naturopathy allows one to do. Understand why it goes. And if you say diabetes, the same a person can, if you get 5 diabetic patients, each reason for each person diabetes may be different. One person diabetic because of overeating, one person because of lack of sleep, and one person because of stress. And what you will treat? Not to be treated, not the disease, but treat the whole person. So these are the basic concepts in naturopathy which make people to come back to the health by removing the basic cause of the disease. And the naturopathy system of medicine become different from any other system of medicine by this basic concept, which is manifested, which we practice by maintaining another basic principle is a naturopathy doctor should be a teacher. A role of a naturopathy doctor is to teach the patient why he got diseased, what make him diseased, and how to correct it. When combined with the therapeutic principles of yoga to understand how the disease is manifest in the body from the mind level. So from your diseases from the body and from the mind, which is combined together and manifested as toxemia, which is again can be called as inflammation or a protein misfolding or a reactive oxygen species increased oxidation, which will manifest as a disease, can be acute or chronic. And when the acute diseases are suppressed with of medicines, which will later form as a chronic disease. And this is the concept of naturopathy to your disease and your health. And in a very limited of time, only this much I can explain. Thank you for providing me this opportunity. And if you have any, I'm asking for any basic doubt regarding to this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful talk and your experiential words on disease, disorder, lifestyle, and also explaining the fundamental principles of naturopathy. Thank you once again, sir. I keep the session open for the questions. If anybody is having questions, you may please ask. Yes, then we'll wind up the session. Thank you, Dr. Cijith Sridhar, for your wonderful time and explaining the fundamental principles of naturopathy to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again.
Thank you. And thank you, Dr. Naveen and the management of Yenepoya University for providing the opportunity, and wishing you all the best for the new dream child of your university. Wishing you all the best, and we all, the community is waiting for see a wonderful institution and college coming out under the leadership of Dr. Naveen Halipa. Wish you all the best, and wishing you all a very effective, very knowledgeable naturopathy day. Thank you.